Koennecke. I'm from Hudson, Ohio, and I'm a second year here at Ohio State, and I'm in Law and Society Scholars. I'm double majoring in political science and communications. So political science is like my main focus. I just added communications, and they fit in like really nice together. The Gluck Asher internship, that was something I didn't expect to get. So I work for the Democratic caucus for the Ohio Senate. So, you know, I go there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and there was always something to be done. I always have a project I'm doing. I get to kind of put memos and briefs and research materials together. I've learned a lot about policy making. I've got to sit in on a lot of cool committee meetings and, you know, sessions about to start back up again. So I'm gonna get to sit in on a few sessions, hopefully. So I'm really excited. DC was really cool because last time I went there was in 8th grade on like my middle school trip. And this time it was more of like focused on professional development. And I got to go with my cohort. We got to meet head officials in the government, like from like the Department of Defense, and then I got to meet a high justice from the higher court in DC and just like successful attorneys, and you just get to talk to people about their perspective and what it's like for them and like what they did in order to get where they're at. And it was really insightful, and it really made me like think about my future and what paths I could go down. Kappa Alpha Theta, that's just like a social sorority. It's part of the Panhellenic community. I enjoy that a lot. I live in my sorority house this year. With my scholars program, I was surrounded with kids very similar majors as me and like very similar interests, which is great. But I definitely was like, okay, I need to branch out and meet people who are older and people who don't have the same interests. And a lot of my friends are like involved in things that are not my interests at all, but I've been able to become really close with them. Phi Alpha Delta, or PAD, that's what we call it. That's the pre-law fraternity. It's co-ed. Last year as a freshman, I was on the social committee, so I got to help plan a bunch of fun social events, and that was a really good way to meet people who are going through the process of like getting ready to apply for law school. And like we have a lot of guest speakers come in. So we had students from Ohio State's law school, Mort's, they came in and talked to us, and they were former PAD members. It's a great thing for me, I think, to be involved in, and I've met a lot of cool people I can look up to with both groups. So I'm a first year experienced peer leader, so basically I get a group of over, I think I'm like 325 students that are kind of under my wing throughout the course of the entire school year. I help run freshman orientation with a bunch of other peer leaders that are all students at Ohio State. A lot of us are sophomores, but then we had a few juniors, a few seniors that are in that position as well. I worked like all day long, so I'd work from like 7:30 in the morning to sometimes like 10 at night, but I absolutely loved it. I, was the class that came in when the COVID restrictions were just kind of starting to like loosen up a little bit. So I didn't get a freshman orientation in person. So I really wanted to make it a good experience for them. And I'm like, oh man, like I wish I would have had this like coming in my freshman year. All the students are just like so funny and smart and just really outgoing, and I'm like, man, like if I were first year, I'd want to be friends with you, like that type of thing. So I tried my best to really give them the resources they need to succeed and try to be, a helping hand and as friendly as possible. And it's been a lot of fun. It was a lot of work over the summer, but I've been enjoying it. Just kind of seeing like the professional world outside of the classroom and having this internship at the State House. It's always in the back of my head. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I wasn't really sure about this until recently, but now I'm like, it's really set in my mind that I want to go to law school. Like I've said that before. I'm like, oh, like maybe I will. I don't know. But now I really want it, and I really want to be a family lawyer. I know like that's the way I want to help people, and that's my goal, and that's what I want really bad.